Welcome back, everyone. Well, it's Monday, so it's time to get healthy. Now, I know who you are. We know who you are. Those people out there who are getting ready to go on vacation.
Yeah.
They might be getting ready for a wedding.
Maybe.
Maybe they're going to a high school reunion.
Reunion, that's a big one.
But the bottom line is that they're getting in shape.
In
Which
most
I think,
cases.
which we're calling what? We're calling the travel
Vacation.
fitness or vacation fitness
Yeah.
regimen.
That's it.
Is that good?
How can you maintain that hard work and sweat when you go away on that vacation, or
Gotcha.
you reach that high school reunion? Are you
Yeah,
still going to
right.
maintain it?
That's right.
Well, I don't know. A
Yeah,
lot of
we
people.
don't know. But one thing we can be certain of is that if you've got a big event coming up, it's just human nature. You want to get yourself in shape for
Yeah.
it. You don't want that people at the high school reunion to say, "Did you see Jesse? Boy, did he fall apart."
Never.
You see Paul at the wedding. God, thank God I didn't go out with him.
I thought this guy was healthy.
That's right.
Look at him.
So Dr. Paul gave me a very interesting thing for us to talk about, which is that you start a regimen, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going on vacation, you want to be in shape, so you start a regimen of running every day.
Yeah.
Vacation's over now.
Yeah.
How do you maintain it?
Or it maybe, can I just back up
Yeah,
one second?
sure,
Let's say
sure.
vacation's not even over. Let's say you're still on it. And you're thinking, oh man, I'm falling out of shape. I may as well just throw in the towel and just enjoy this vacation. And maybe I'll get back to it when I return. Chances of that happening are pretty slim.
That's it.
So what I do is I offer some hope for people. And we recommend that you exercise at least just once on that vacation at that same level of intensity that brought you up to that vacation. So
Gotcha.
let's say you've been running 3 miles in 30 minutes.
Right.
Get out one time on that vacation and run 3 miles at 30 minutes.
And you'll
that's-
maintain.
You'll maintain fitness. Yes, so some research, and I've done it myself, but other scientists have done some of the same research that shows that if you can exercise once every 5 to 7 days at the same intensity at which you left off,
Right.
you can maintain that level of fitness. Now, you might not maintain your current weight because you might not have that same
You're not
level.
burning the calories.
You're not burning
Right.
the same number of calories if you were exercising 3-5 times a week. But from a fitness standpoint, you could maintain it. Intensity is the key.
I got you. Okay, when you talk about intensity, there's obviously the physical intensity, but there's a real psychological part to this also. Before we went on air, I was telling Paul that, when it comes to running, if I had to run on a track or run in an urban setting, I'll get from like here to that corner and I'm done. I run on the beach, I don't even know how far I go.
That's right.
What is the psychological side to
Yeah,
this?
that's a great question because that rises to a lot of people's attention when they're thinking, why can't I run, like I do when I'm on vacation or in a different setting? The naturalistic setting, when you're outside in nature, that triggers a lot of really healthy brain triggers in your, hormones and moods and mental states that promote you to want to keep on exercising.
Right.
So the naturalistic setting is key to putting you in that place, that happy place, so that you'll continue exercising. For a lot of people, getting out and running in a city or on a treadmill is dreadful.
Yes, right.
But when they can get out into a naturalistic setting in the woods, on the beach, in the mountains, I mean, all the floodgates open up and they seem to
Right.
be able to exercise forever. So absolutely, yeah, it's great to try to mimic that as much as you can.
Sure, and you face it, and if we're going on vacation, especially in this region, that we're going to be at the beach, we're going to be in the mountains, so at any rate, another thing that you mentioned that I thought was kind of important was exercise in the morning.
Yeah, key. Because when we're on vacation, our day fills up, right? I mean, and then, obviously you get into vacation mode. Who wants to, exercise when you're on vacation mode? So one of the really keys to being successful when you're on vacation, to maintaining a level of fitness, is to do it first thing in the morning.
Right.
Maybe even before the people get up, and then you can take a nap on the beach, or nap during the rest of the day, or make it more of a community. The people that you're traveling with. Get out there with them in the early morning. But to start the day and get the exercise in the morning, first thing, is critical to
Right.
keeping that schedule that you had prior to going on vacation.
And and we're talking about psychological benefits. In the morning, you exercise in the morning, and you might be dreading it, and then after you're finished, you feel great. You feel excited, and that carries with you through the day.
It
You know,
absolutely
because you
does.
feel you accomplished something first thing in the morning.
That's right.
How
So-
crazy is that?
Well, no, that's wonderful. So one of the simple aspects and outcomes of exercising first thing in the morning is you get to check off something that you've accomplished, and that alone, I think, gives people a lot of pleasant feelings and sense of accomplishment. But also, Jesse, more importantly, is what you addressed, is that when you exercise at any time, but if you're doing it in the morning, you're releasing those natural opiates, which is
Right.
a natural high. And we have
Right.
evidence, scientific evidence to show that when people exercise, you are releasing those natural levels of hormones, in this case opioids we call them, into your brain. And
Right.
you're getting a natural high. So it's the best way for a natural high.
You know, it also says something about about where we live, because if you live in one climate, that becomes a bit of a routine. But we have 4 different seasons.
Yeah.
So even in the dead of winter, there's a real opportunity to exercise with a completely different surrounding, completely different environment. But Paul, what it says to me overall is that we're creatures of this planet. Now, bear with me for a second. But the more we get out in nature and the more we interact with nature, the healthier we are.
That's for sure. And there's, again, strong scientific evidence to support that. That we know that when people are in a naturalistic environment, their tendency to exercise longer and more intensely goes up.
Yes.
And so I gave you that one interesting scientific tidbit before we got on air, and that is people who can exercise and infuse into their minds and emotions, happy emotions and good feelings and thoughts, they make better lifestyle choices when they're done exercising. So for example, if they had a choice between eating, a big plate of French fries versus a big, healthy green leafy salad, they're going to choose the green leafy salad. So your thoughts when you're exercising dictate what you do when you finish exercising, and that's powerful. And so for people who are on vacation in these beautiful environments or settings, or at least in a place where they can get out into nature and exercise, that's going to trigger and fuel better lifestyle choices after. And the other thing that we talked about, so that's really important. I think that's a great point. The other thing is, what can people do that are maybe less inclined to want to exercise? Hey, I don't want to get out and walk. I don't want to ride my bike. I don't want to swim. I don't want to do anything. How about if you build in to your natural environment fun things to do? So I tell people, listen, if you're going to the beach, bring a frisbee.
Yeah, sure.
Bring that Kadima game, or those games that you can do on the beach. Really fun. Something as simple as take a walk and look for seashells and other sea creatures and things like that. So there are little strategies that you can do in your environment, your naturalistic environment when you're on vacation, that will make it seem like it's not exercise, but it's just being out and enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a part of enjoying life, right? How about that?
I like it.
All right, as Mission Impossible would say, your mission, should you choose to accept it, get outside, exercise, don't hang on the word exercise,
Right.
but get out and be part of nature.
Absolutely.
Find something that you like to do and go for it.
Great.
Sound good?
I love it.
All right, I'll see you on the beach.
Exactly.
Sounds good. All right,
Let's
thanks,
go.
Paul. See this interview again. If you have any questions for Dr. Paul, please head to our website, looktvonline.com.